This shouldn't take us much time. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing, Ray of Sunshines? We are reviewing Southern Charm, New Orleans, Season 1, Episode number 7. All about the bunny, honey. I don't know about that title. If it's your first time visiting my channel, welcome. Go ahead, click that red subscribe button to become a Ray of Sunshine. And everybody needs to do it right now. That's click the notification bell so you're alerted of all the videos I upload going forward. So when the episode starts, we see Miss Reagan coming home to her house in North Carolina. I don't know where the fuck the house is. They told us, but I don't know. And she had been gone for 3 weeks straight. She had not been in the house. She had been doing her exams in school, in law school, etc., etc. And Jeff is excited to see his wife, and it's so endearing. My heart goes out for him because he's selfless while his wife is selfish. It's all about her. I don't give a fuck how much shit she got going on. It's all about her. And you can tell when the first thing she says is, I'm so glad to be home, and the first thing I want to do is I want to throw a party. Say what now? You want to throw a party for your friends for Easter, and you guys are going to go all out. Okay, child, the first thing you don't want to do is go fuck your husband continuously, constantly. You don't want to give him none, make him remember why he allowed you to go to the French quarters. Allowed might be the wrong choice of words, but why he agreed to it. You didn't want to try and remember him, have him remember why. Girl, honey, y'all ladies need to take a page from the book. Give him a reason to remember why you get your way for every fucking thing. Anyway, in that same regard for the party, we see Jeff go shopping at for us like a Bevmo, or maybe for you like a liquor bank or a liquor mart, and Justin meets him there, and they start talking about Reagan being away in the French quarters, right? So Justin is a lawyer, and so he empathizes with Reagan and the amount of studying and concentration that she needs in order to be at the top of her class. Like, she's number 1 in her class. She's got a law review going. Like, she is on her shit. And I get all that, but you don't have to neglect your husband. You know, I don't know. I do know. You don't have to neglect your husband, but I understand the amount of time that it takes to do this. And from what Justin was saying, he was in the library all those hours. So you really ain't at your house. Like, but he empathizes with her and makes Jeff kind of see things from a different set of eyes. So then the next person we see is Miss Tamika herself, Miss Mouth herself. And her back has gone completely out. And you know you have a good friend in Susan when she'll come and bring you food and kind of semi-cater to you because you can't work. You had to call your alternate to go in for you. That alternate was like, yes, I'm all in. Stay sick, bitch. Let me cover for you. But the real thing was the conversation that they had about Rainey. My heart goes out to little Rainey. You could see now that Tamika might be slightly concerned about her daughter and what's happening with her, because come to find out, she's being teased about who she is. She's the only black girl in her school full of white children, and she's teased about her beautiful complexion and her curly hair, you know. And so fortunately, Susan is there to help her to remember that we had each other. It was only 10 black people, but we had each other in school. There were people that looked like us, that we could connect to and relate to and go and talk to, and we didn't feel different or isolated. And I was like, that's really her friend. Like, and then when she said their history, her mom and her mom were friends and their grandmas were friends. Like, yeah, that's why she kind of values her opinion and what she's saying. But I'm glad that she brought it up to her. So then we see Barry, and Barry is working with a client. You know, like he said, as a personal trainer, your livelihood is based on the longevity of your client. The longer they're there, the more reputable you become, the more people, oh, I've been going to him for a year, and they're all looking at your body. They become your walking billboard, and other people want to come to you as well. But then he starts having a conversation because he owns the gym. He has another, he's not a client, but a member of the gym there who says, well, who was that you were training in Gion's spot? I haven't seen Gion here in a minute. Now, you know that was staged, right? Okay, you and I know that was staged, but nevertheless, it flowed effortlessly. And he went on to explain to the member exactly what was happening and why Gion hadn't been around. He also begins to say, you know, that both him and Tamika feel the same way, that maybe now she, you know, is just trying to find the best opportunity, trying to be in our circle, and is a bit of an opportunist. And I was like, well, it does sound a little jealous, and it does sound like an opportunist, but she rolling in the dough. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Where is Gion coming from this at this point before we even get to the dinner, okay? I was kind of like, well, jealous much? Because it seemed like he was a little bit jealous that John had now taken his place in business and in friendship with Gion. We're going to see how this plays out. Speaking of John and Gion, they meet up at a potential venue that ends up being the venue for their party to come. But you can see that they have different ideas. You can see where she's more of the conservative mind and he's more of the creative mind, which is good. You do need a creative mind, does definitely need a business mind to help keep them forward, focused, straight, understand the budget, what not to do, what's too extravagant. Hey, hold on, what makes sense? Let's think about insurance, etc. And that is what Gion is here for. While John is here for the show, baby. He's all show. The body, show. Everything, show. Painting, show. He is a showstopper. I don't think he's that handsome. He's attractive, but you know, he a baby, and he still got some growing to do. So we see Justin and Kelsey together, and Justin and Kelsey are going to bring a gift to the house. You know, your parent did raise you, right? Whenever you go to someone's house for dinner, you bring something, and flowers are always appropriate. And so they were in the flower shop. They pick up a cute little cuddly bear for Jeff. While God dang it, Reagan is gone, he'll have someone to cuddle with and then get some flowers for the house. But in the meantime, we find out what we already knew, that, you know, Justin really has commitment phobia. He's got commitment issues, okay? Let's just call a spade, because he's over there everywhere I look is about weddings and cards and flowers. Well, you're in a flower shop. Most flowers are for weddings and funerals. I think you want to be on the wedding side and not on the funeral side, okay? More of a happy occasion, Justin. Nevertheless, you know, Kelsey is a brilliant young girl. She says to him, well, you know, we're going to have to discuss this sooner or later. And he was like, yeah, just not right now. See, I'm telling y'all, Kelsey ain't going to hold on too long. You ain't going to be able to string her along with hopes and wishes and dreams of what might be or what's to come for too long. And then in the car on their way to Jeff and Reagan's house, you heard her say, you heard her tell Justin when he said, I think it's a good idea because she needs to focus, blah, blah, blah. She said, well, why? I don't think it's a good idea for her to be away from her spouse so long. Why can't there be a compromise? I understand that the drive might have been too much, but why can't there be a compromise where you come down here on the weekend, or he spends one day down there during the week? She can't just leave her spouse hanging. The girl is brilliant. I like Kelsey. I hope she becomes a permanent fixture. I hope he don't fuck up. I hope he gets his shit together, because Kelsey is a nurse. We saw that. And she's going to end up walking her ass right on out of there. She know how to heal herself. Bye, nigga. So let's get to the event. The event is nicely decorated in their beautiful backyard. My mom always wants to have a dinner party like that on a long table in her backyard. And she has the yardage for it. I'm going to go ahead and push her to do it this summer. You know, summer is good for where the weather is great. So I thought all the ladies and the gentlemen looked nice except for Rachel. I thought that her dress might have been a tad bit inappropriate for the event. Okay, all that sheer nude mesh. But I like Rachel. I just think that was a bad choice in attire. Her fascinator was cute, but the dress was not for there. I also thought that Tamika and Barry's little kiss or whatever that was, that banter that they had between the two of them, was definitely something awkward. She really needs to figure it out. She really needs to figure it out. Then we see Gian has gotten invited to the party by John. See, Reagan was like, well, John said he was going to invite somebody, and she thought it was going to be the flavor of the week, not Gian. Now, see, John is being a little messy. He know dang on well that Gian should not have been invited to that inner circle party. She is not part of the inner circle. She is an outsider. She don't rock with them for real. She's there for business purposes. So be it. You understand what I'm saying? We have business relationships and we have friend relationships. And I think that she's now more on the business side as it relates to Tamika and Barry. And I think until things cool down that maybe she shouldn't come in the personal circle. You know, parties, like big parties and events, fine. But like intimate stuff like this, I think that it was bad form on John's part to invite her. But hey, whatever. You know, it was all a setup. This is reality TV. I loved the adult Easter egg hunt with the liquor bottles, child, and the gag gifts like the pregnancy test. That was super cute. But then it starts to get interesting because Barry says, you know what, let me talk to Gian for a moment. And he walks her off to the side, which I thought was very brilliant. Walk away, have a conversation. But the whole time you see Miss Reagan and Tamika looking off and wondering. Tamika's wondering what they're talking about. And what they're talking about is, you know, Barry wants to know, like, we were friends. Like, not only, I understand that you don't want to do business, but we were friends. You were a client. So now you don't want to come and be a client. You don't want to hang out anymore. You were coming to parties, etc. But now all of that's changed. I don't know. How do you feel? Do you think she's being a tad bit ridiculous? Do you think she's going overboard, or is she really just protecting her brand? Like, I can't be associated with you in any way, any means possible, even if you did apologize. She is acting as if she's never had an incident occur. Now, maybe not as she's been in her, with her brand, she may not have, but I think that people need to remember that we all do make mistakes. We all do say things that are inappropriate. I say things that are inappropriate all the time. All the time I say inappropriate shit. But he did apologize and recognize that that was not the right choice of words to say to someone. And she didn't forgive him. Hold, put a pin on that, because I got another thought that's coming through my mind. So Jeff gives this very beautiful toast about how they're family and how he's going through things and how he appreciates them being there, etc., etc. And it prompts Tamika to go into saying how beautiful things are. Like, you guys are white and you have a table full of black friends here that you've invited. And that speaks volume because they look different, I suppose. You know, she's thinking about Rainey. And then she goes into this really sensitive, emotional moment because it is bothering her about her daughter. And she goes in and she talks about the treatment her daughter is receiving. And she's trying to figure out, how do I get her to be authentically, unapologetically Rainey? Stand beautiful in her melanin with her curly hair. She was like, I never experienced that. And that might be because she is a lighter skinned black woman. Honey, I've experienced hatred on my part for being black. And so she says she hasn't. But her brother repeats what Susan said earlier, which was, you need to get her around girls that look like her. Find activities where she can be with girls that look like her. Dance, acting. You can find something that is full of beautiful brown black girls, right? Beautiful brown and black girls. People that look like her, where she feels safe and comfortable, where she can see, oh, it's not just me that looks so beautiful. Looks so beautiful. Not different. Beautiful. Beautiful. Black is exotic. Beautiful. I digress. So here we go. So Tamika finds a moment to speak with Gian. Baby, let me tell you something. I don't feel like Tamika articulated herself well enough. Maybe they chopped it up, I'm not sure. But I don't think she articulated herself well enough with Gian. Because when Gian hit her with, why is your business with my business with your husband any of your business? First off, your business with my husband is my business. He is my husband. We are one. He is being affected by how you've treated him. He is confused, and I'm kind of confused too if you considered him a friend. Like, I really wish she would have articulated herself better, because in all honesty, in this little disagreement, Gian won. If we want to say who won, Gian won, because Tamika was not able to articulate her thoughts and opinions to her about the relationship with Barry. Okay, she should have been able to say, listen, if you're really his friend, business stuff aside, being his client aside, he thought you were a friend and he apologized. And as a friend, you might need some time to adjust and to figure out how the friendship is going to work if you were offended. But you know him innately, and you know that he, was hot-headed, but you would still be his friend. You would come around. But you, on the other hand, have severed ties with him completely. Like, she should have been able to articulate herself in that manner. But here we go. Gian got her when she said, see, here lies the problem. It is your reckless behavior that has gotten your husband in this situation. If it weren't for you, he would not have said the shit that he had to say defending you. When she said that, I said, well, listen, she ain't lying. If Tamika's mouth was quiet, or she knew when to stop, or when she knew when enough was enough and not when to get upset or when to antagonize people, it would not have escalated. It would have been something entirely different than what we saw. Yes or no? Let me know down below in the comments, okay? And then she said, last I checked, I was married and you're not. Honey, Gian said, at least I knew when my marriage was over. She might as well have did a curtsy, dropped the mic, walked out because her face was cracked and on the ground. At least I knew when to walk away or when my marriage was over. Honey, you can't get no better than that. But she's absolutely right. Neither Tamika nor Barry know when to walk away. Tamika's out. You can see that she's not emotionally connected to him anymore, that she just is with him because they have a family. So in that instant, who won? Who do you think won? Tamika or Gian? I say Gian. Y'all heard me. I'm going to say it again. That's who won. Gian won. What I did not like, though, was when she came off of the porch and into the yard and was telling everybody she was going to leave. Instead of staying impartial, Tamika's friends automatically kind of went to the side of Gian. No matter how right Gian might have been or how wrong Tamika was, they should have stayed impartial. And you tell your opinion to Tamika, not to Gian. Your loyalty isn't with Gian, Justin. I know she's inappropriate and she keeps saying shit about, doing things that you won't, like putting a ring on Kelsey's finger. I know all of that. I know that things are just not always good with Tamika, but is she your friend or no? Does your loyalty lie with her or no? Or do you despise her that much that you're just waiting for somebody to pounce on her? Like, I get it, her mouth is bad, but if you call her friend, then you should have stayed impartial. You should have said, well, have a good night. I'm sorry you're leaving. Not, well, when I'm ready, when you ready, John, or right after I'm finished with John, I'm coming for you, Justin, and I'll be ready. You should have just stayed impartial. I'm sorry that you have to leave. Please be safe going home. Let somebody know you made it. Would y'all agree with me or no? I guess I just see things differently. Like, innately, I'm loyal to a fault. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Let me know what you think about this episode down below in the comments. Do not forget to hit subscribe and to like this video because you like Southern Charm New Orleans. I appreciate you for watching my review of Southern Charm New Orleans Season 1, Episode number 7, all about the bunny, honey. Who comes up with this shit? Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.